Welcome to your yoga practice. My name is Ginevra and this is Josh, and we will be having a practice focused on the sides of the body today. So we're going to start laying in Shavasana on your back. If you'd like to put a pillow underneath your head, you're welcome to do that. You can use a blanket folded up for head support and take the arms overhead, over shoulder height, wide apart, and legs wide. And then just give yourself a minute to settle in here. Notice if you're holding tension anywhere in the body that doesn't need to be tight right now, especially tension that might be being held in the face. Can you soften around the eyes? Maybe even feeling the eyes moving back. With the tongue on the roof of the mouth, start to breathe in and out of your nose, feeling the belly rise and fall with the breath. Breathe in through the nose for 2 and out through the nose for 2. Let the breath be soft and quiet. Our first shape today will be banana asana. So for this one, you're going to bring your right foot next to your left foot. And then you're going to reach your right arm overhead and bend at the waist to move your shoulders over to the left. You should feel a big stretch in the right side of the body. If you're not feeling it, you can cross the right ankle over the left. From this shape, find that soft breath once more. And maybe try to breathe in for 3 and out for 3, keeping the face nice and relaxed. As you breathe in and out of the nose for the count of 3, can you feel a big stretch in the side of your body? Maybe as if your ribs are expanding more to the right. Be here for one more minute. Breathe in for the count of 3 and breathe out for the count of 3. Gently make your way back to center on the bottom of your next exhale and hug both legs into your chest. Neutralize your spine. Rock from side to side. And then when you're ready, re-extend the legs wide, arms wide. This time we're going to move our left foot to meet our right, and we're going to bend at the waist, bringing our left arm to meet our right. Option across left ankle over right. Try to keep both hips and shoulders flat on the ground. And then find the breath. Inhale for 3 and exhale for 3. If that breath pattern is feeling a little easy, and you'll know it's easy because the mind will start to wander, you can start to practice inhale for 3 and exhale for 6. Notice the speed with which you're counting. Can you slow the speed down? Letting the ratio of 3 be more like 3 seconds and the exhale 6 seconds. At the bottom of your next exhale, gently uncross the ankles and lower the arms. You can hug the legs into the chest and rock from side to side. Our next shape is side seal. So Josh is going to roll towards the camera and lay on his right side. And then he's going to bring his elbow underneath his shoulder and his fingertips facing away from his body. You can stay here if you're getting a big side stretch, or if you want more, you can start to straighten your left arm. Is that your left arm or right arm? Left arm. Right arm. We'll be here for 1 minute because this is a little bit more effort, and so the muscles get fatigued. And if you are finding it to be too much effort, no big deal. Place your forearm on blocks instead to get the height. If you're not feeling a stretch, you can play with rocking a little forward or a little backward to notice if you can get one of the different muscles of the sides or the lats in the back. And Josh is practicing on a padded rug, and so he doesn't have a blanket under his hips. But if you find that your hips need more padding, you can always place a blanket underneath the hips. Gently lower down, and we're going to switch side. Josh is going to swivel so that he's facing the camera, but you can just roll if you're at home. And we'll do the same thing on the opposite side. When you're ready, you can straighten the arm. If it feels like too much, remember you can always place blocks under the forearm instead. Gently lower yourself down. And our next shape is a lateral child's pose. So for this, you're going to roll towards the stomach, bring the big toes together, knees apart, shift the hips backward. And if you have a space underneath your ankles, you can always place a rolled blanket under the ankles. And then you'll take your hands, walk them as far forward as you can, and then start to walk them over to the right, feeling a stretch in the left side of your body. Breathe in and out of the nose. We'll be here for about 1 more minute. Check in with the breath and notice what the mind is doing. Can you soften the mind by playing with the breath? I'm going to offer box breathing for the second minute. Inhale for 4, hold for 4, exhale for 4, and hold for 4. Gently walk the hands back to center. And if you need a rest for the knees, you can come forward for a minute into tabletop and take a couple of cat cows before we do the second side, or any kind of wiggles that your body's craving. Some people like to do a down dog, just open up the knees. Please honor your body and do what feels right for you. Now, when you're ready, you'll shift your hips back and you'll walk your hands over to the left, feeling the stretch in the right side of the body. Let the breath be soft and relaxed. Take an inhale, and with your exhale, gently come back to center. Take any movements that your body are craving. Maybe you want to do some cat-cows. And then when you're ready, we're going to meet in a seat for deer pose or swan pose, which is also known as pigeon pose in some yoga traditions. So for deer pose, what you'll do is you'll bend your right leg in front 90-ish degrees, and then you're going to bend your left leg behind you 90-ish degrees. You're going to lean your body weight all the way to the right so that the whole outside of your right leg is flat on the floor, and then you're going to walk your hands forward towards your right shin. So you're trying to find an outer buttocks stretch. If you're not feeling it, you can also play with straightening your left leg behind you and moving into swan. What we don't want to tolerate is any pinching in the knees here. And so we want this needs to be pain-free for the knees, but you might feel a dull, bitter, achy sensation in your right glute. In this pose, can you soften your face? Soften the eyes and notice if you're holding tension anywhere in the body, such as the shoulders or the hands. And maybe you want to play with box breathing using the number 5. Inhale for 5 seconds. Hold for 5 seconds. Exhale for 5 seconds. And hold for 5 seconds. Slowly take an inhale. And with your exhale, gently ease yourself out of this shape. Can take any movement that feels good. A lot of people like to do windshield wiping with the legs. So you can bring the hands behind your back and separate your feet wide and just let the legs rock from side to side. And if you feel 100 years old when you come out of these poses, then you're doing them right. So the fascia doesn't like when we move quickly out of things. And so it should subside. All right, we're going to do the other side. So left leg in front, 90-ish degrees, right leg behind, 90-ish degrees. The whole outside of the left leg is flat on the floor, and you walk the hands forward in front of the left shin. If you're feeling a big glute stretch, outer hip stretch, you can stay. And if not, you can straighten the right leg behind you into swan. Soften the face, soften the jaw, soften the hands, eyes. And return to box breathing. Inhale for 5 seconds, hold for 5 seconds, exhale for 5 seconds, and hold for 5 seconds. You have one more minute here. Can you stay with the breath and keep the mind in the body? Staying with that box breathing of the ratio of 5. At the bottom of your next exhale, gently lift yourself up and take any movements that feel good. If you like that windshield wiping, you can. We can take that. We're going to lay on our back. So if you want a windshield wipe from your back, you can do that too. When you lay down, please have a pillow of a blanket underneath your head. So if you want to take some wiggles here, you can lay down, separate your feet wider than your hips, and windshield wipe your legs from side to side. Release your back. This will be our last yin pose for this class, twisted roots. So to do twisted roots, you're going to cross your right leg all the way over your left leg so the knees are stacked. Take the arms out wide and then lower both of your legs to the left. Option to look over the right shoulder. Might feel a big stretch in the outer buttocks here. Can you relax your feet, your hands, and your face? And so for this one, you might like to play with a box breathing ratio of 6. In for 6, hold for 6, out for 6, and hold for 6. Gently lift your legs up, and we'll counter this by crossing the legs in the opposite direction. Letting the left leg cross over the right and allowing both legs to fall to the right. Option to look over your left shoulder. If you're playing with the box breathing, let yourself settle back in with the ratio of 6. Gently bring both legs back into the chest and rock your back. We're going to take Shavasana today with legs up the wall as an option. You can always stay on your back if you prefer. But if you'd like to take legs up the wall or legs up the couch, chair, whatever you have handy around, bring your blanket with you for head support. And you can gently lift the legs up in a gentle inversion. Slide the blanket to touch the top of your shoulders. And let the legs be in such a way on the wall that you don't feel strain in the back of your legs. That might mean for you, you have to angle your body a little bit away from the wall. I will guide you into Shavasana, and then you can stay as long as you have time. Soften your toes, soften the bottoms of your feet, soften your ankles, soften your calves, soften your knees, soften your thighs, soften your hips and your glutes, soften your abdomen and low back, soften your chest and your upper back. Soften the fingers, palms of the hands, forearms, biceps, and shoulders. Let the front of the neck soften. The tongue moves upward towards the top of the mouth and the jaw stays soft. Eyes are soft and moving back. Forehead is relaxed. Let your body rest. What you do for yourself, you do for others, and what you do for others, you do for yourself. You cannot pour from an empty cup. Thank you for allowing me to guide you in your practice. The light in me honors and sees the light in you. I bow to you.